pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to the Vlog-A-Thon 4.0. And yet again, I probably should say at this point that there are in fact going to be a lot of things that might not necessarily be what you'd hope for. Because, as I've said before, there were things that I did have to delay or even cancel altogether. Well, this one in particular, you might not be very fond of, because in terms of streaming, live streaming as a whole, I do occasionally do some here on YouTube, but other than the fact that that has happened back then, I can't really say that by today's standards I have been able to go live streaming on YouTube. The main live streaming platform that I've stuck around with was Tango. And Tango is in fact a very underrated app, if you pretty much get what I'm saying. But I will say for sure that at the time, Tango has in fact pretty much been the norm based on live streams that I would occasionally put out at least twice a month, or bi-monthly. Except that has two different definitions, so I can't really seem to use that word very often because of that problem. But I will have to say though, at this point, is that almost this whole entire year, I've hardly ever had the time to put up any live streams on my Tango account. And the main reason for that is because of all the business that I've really had to tangle on to my channel. And other than all that, there's really been so many other complications that have been coming on, including the many things that have happened this whole year alone, and also, well, a bunch of other unexpected surprises at every turn that I seem to pretty much take on, including the end of the road of the PlayStation 4 console that I had at the time, before I had to go out and buy a replacement for it, and not to mention the fact that, well, there are some new series on the rise, and I've been paying a lot of attention to production for them, like Multiple Wheels of Steel and, well, Survival of No Limits, which is going to be coming out pretty soon, so I'd especially keep a good lookout for that. But until that happens, I really just gotta say that right now, I don't really see much of a point in trying to create a Tango live stream at this moment. Of course, I will want to get back to doing that, but until that even happens, I don't really see how I can possibly put any time together for it. It's just been very difficult. Tough times like this are especially common and almost unavoidable at every possible turn. So, I don't really know what to say about that at this point. But in all honesties, Tango is not the only app that I've had little to no time with. I've also put in little to no time to manage my Mastodon or my WhatsApp, or sometimes even my Instagram and Twitter have hardly had much care and attention put to them, because I just haven't had much time to be able to even go to these apps. There's been a lot of complications that we've had this whole year alone, and things might only continue to build up. Probably to the point where we might not survive. So, I just don't really see much hope within each of us. For something like this has surely gone out of control. So, that's pretty much it for this moment, and you can expect me to talk a lot about here, but I don't really see the point to it. But I'm just going to carry on anyway, because that's just exactly how I roll here. If you want to see more of that on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.